Hey there, East Hartford. Last time we had a town council meeting, and here are the updates. So right from the top of the order, we had some communications and petitions, which included the resignation of one of our constables, as well as the resignation of a few members of our boards and commissions. So just want to thank them for their time on those commissions, as well as constable. We appreciate their effort to serve the town. Next up, we had under new business, the allocation of local capital improvement program funds. For the reason being the McAuliffe Park Irrigation Project Phase 2. And so this project originally allocated about $140,000, which was approved by council on February 20th, 2024. The estimates that we got came in a little bit over budget, so we need to reallocate about $50,000 more in local capital improvement program funds so that we could get this project to its budget. But this is essentially to install irrigation at McAuliffe Park Fields, where irrigation right now currently does not exist. Our next item was a memorandum of understanding with the Justice Education Center. It's the Inspires Girls Wellness Program. And so this program is going to provide $45,000 in funding to conduct tennis exploration and to introduce chess at East Hartford Elementary School sites during the spring 2026 semester. Some of the funds are going to support part-time staff, including recreation leaders that will coordinate programming, a tennis instructor, 4 high school tennis players who will assist the instructor with lessons. A small amount of funds will be used to purchase tennis equipment, purchase shirts and snacks. The funds will also be used to contract with a Mr. Keon Berry to support time, supplies, and travel for chess instructions. So really great program there. We appreciate the partnership. Next up, we had a few grant resolutions, one being from the Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection, a recreation trails grant. This is in the amount of $250,000. This is to support the design, planning, and construction of the East Coast Greenway gap that we have here in East Hartford. We have a gap that pretty much is between Simmons Road, where Silver Lane is, all the way to East River Drive over at Great River Park. So this is really just to provide some funding for the design and planning to eventually close that gap and create a continuous East Coast Greenway all the way through East Hartford. All right, our next grant resolution is the Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection Urban Green and Community Garden Grant. This is a grant to push forward final design and initial construction activities at Bicentennial Park. If you guys remember, I have talked about this project quite a bit. It's a partnership between the Veterans Commission, and it is to reimagine Bicentennial Park into a true Veterans Memorial Park. The total budget for this project is about $330,000. The grant is in the amount of $165,000, so it does include the town's matching contribution. And like I said, this funding will push forward the final design and reconstruction of this new vision we have for Bicentennial Park. Our next up, we had a referral to Real Estate Acquisition and Disposition Committee. This is for the exchange of land parcels with our Simon Conover developers located at 125-341 East River Drive. And so this is just a simple land swap. This is to support the Simon Conover development, which is 100 and I believe 50 or upwards of 150 market rate apartments that's going to go behind the big parking lot where the American Eagle Credit Union is off East River Drive. And so just some more preliminary pre-construction activity that needs to take place in order to get the site ready for reconstruction and redevelopment. Next up, we had a referral to fees committee so that we can just look at the fees for our athletic field use as well as our senior center room rentals. A couple recommendations from personnel and pension subcommittee. One being a proposed revision to the job description for our GIS analyst who works in the Department of Information Technologies. This is simply to update the job description, which is about 6 years old, to reflect the duties that the job is currently performing. Our next up, under recommendations from Personnel and Pension Subcommittee, is the proposed revisions to the systematic pay plan for directors and non-bargaining unit employees. These are folks who are not in a union, not a part of a collective bargaining agreement. And so this simply just corrects some formatting errors within our document, as well as moves one of our directors who was not in the director's pay plan into the pay plan, making them now a salary employee. Our next item is a proposed 2026 Town Council regular meeting schedule. This just essentially sets the meeting schedule for our Town Council meetings for the year of 2026. After that, we had the proposed 2026 budget workshop schedule. This also just sets the schedule for our budget workshops, which are coming up. Those workshops will take place the last 2 weeks of February, going into the first week of March. So please pay attention for that stuff. We'll continue to push out information as it relates to next year's budget. We also had, lastly, the appointment of Selima Davis to fill the constable vacancies. Selima, we appreciate you stepping up to fill that vacancy. We also had the appointment of Rachel Botts to the Greater Hartford Transit District Board of Directors. And Rachel, we appreciate you stepping up to serve on that board as well. We had a refund of taxes. Per state law, if you overpay your taxes, we do have to refund you. This refund was in the amount of $9,973.22. All right, my friends, that is all we have for you. Quite a bit on this town council meeting. Should you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. You can also find all this information on the town council's webpage under meeting minutes, or look through the agenda for additional information on the items we just talked about. All right, my friends, stay tuned for next updates. Have a safe and happy rest of the week. Thanks.